When do we want it? Now! When do we want it? Now!
Yet another day of demonstrations across the United States. Motorcyclists leading a march in downtown Los Angeles. And elsewhere in the city, a standoff between protesters and National Guard troops. In New York, a subdued gathering hours after a night of widespread looting. In Washington, D.C., a new crowd control fence has been erected near the White House. And some newcomers to the demonstration drawn in anger at the brutal dispersal of crowds last evening.
For reform.
A group of church leaders gathered on the spot outside St. John's Church, where the president had posed for the cameras with a Bible in his hand, angered at what they saw as his use of the church and the Bible as props.
Thousands of people taking to the streets and taking a chance amidst a virus that's now killed more than 106,000 Americans. But health officials warn the protests could accelerate a second wave of the virus. A new report out this week found that social distancing is the most effective way to keep coronavirus from spreading, even more than face coverings and eye protection. In Minnesota, state health officials are urging protesters to get tested.
But it's becoming more difficult in some places to get a test because of the protests. Here in Philadelphia, all citywide testing sites are currently shut down, and it's happening in other cities too.
Now, experts urging demonstrators to use signs and noisemakers rather than chant to prevent the spread of droplets, to keep 6 feet apart, and stay away from others for 14 days.
After years of debate as to what to do with the birthplace of Adolf Hitler, Austria has now finally chosen the architects to convert the dictator's home into a forbidding police station. The Austrian government, which owns the property, has unveiled the design to turn the Nazi dictator's house into a police station. A design by an Austrian architect firm, Martridot Mate, beat 12 other competitors to get this deal for the project. The project is estimated to cost about $4.5 million and is expected to be completed by the year 2022.
Dozens of protesters chanted "Stop killing us" on the streets of Rio de Janeiro. Even the spread of COVID-19 in the country did not prevent them from demanding an end to police brutality in South America's largest nation. The names of those killed in police operations were read out loud. Most of them have one thing in common: they're black and poor. Police said the protesters were throwing stones, so they confronted them with tear gas and non-lethal force. 2 weeks ago, a 14-year-old teenager, João Pedro, was killed by police during a raid in a favela. The autopsy report shows that the boy was shot in the back by a rifle while playing with his cousins in his room.
Cyclone Nisarga has made its landfall along India's west coast, and over the course of the next several hours, the cyclone is expected to sweep across the northern part of the Maharashtra coast. The landfall commenced at roughly about 60 kilometers south of Alibag in Maharashtra. The cyclone is currently said to be about 95 kilometers away from India's financial capital, Mumbai. The wind speeds near the center of the cyclone are said to be about 110 kilometers per hour. Extremely heavy rainfall is presently underway as the cyclone is lashing parts of coastal Maharashtra.
Careful, guys. Get away.
Braving the morning chill to join long queues at liquor stores. At 9 a.m. Monday morning, bottle stores and licensed venues opened their doors for the first time in 2 months to allow thirsty South Africans to stock up. Alcohol sales were banned under levels 4 and 5 of the 5-level lockdown system, one of the strictest imposed on the continent. The ban was to allow police and hospitals to better focus on tackling the coronavirus. The nation's brewers and alcohol distributors, who had complained that they were being driven out of business, were ready to welcome back customers. Alcohol-fueled violence is a huge problem in South Africa. Doctors and police say the ban has had a dramatic impact, contributing to a sharp drop in casualty admissions.
South Korea's foreign ministry said Tuesday that it respects the 1984 declaration between China and Britain that guarantees Hong Kong's autonomy. The statement comes after China's recent attempt to lay national security laws on the semi-autonomous region. Last week, China's parliament endorsed a legislation for Hong Kong, which critics say could serve a major blow to its freedom. Tuesday marked the first time that the South Korean government has spoken up about honoring the 1984 Sino-British Joint Declaration. The ministry also said it's important that Hong Kong's prosperity and development continue under the one country, two systems principle.
Taiwan has released its latest official statistics on cancer, the leading cause of death in the country. In 2017, colon cancer was once again the most frequently diagnosed cancer.
Cancer incidence rates were up year on year, but mortality rates were down, largely due to advances in early detection. The Health Promotion Administration says that 30 to 50% of cancers can be prevented by routine screening and by avoiding risk factors such as smoking and drinking.